Hello everyone, what is up? It is me, MTG. For today's video, we are here on draftsim.com. We'll be doing my first ever sealed pool for Guilds of Ravnica, the set that we'll all be playing in the pre-release for in just a couple of days, less than 24 hours away, or less than 48 hours away, I apologize, for the Guilds of Ravnica pre-release. I'm very excited for it, and I do want to get in at least a little bit of practice, so this will be a nice little time here for me to make a video. Of course, before we get into the video, I do want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, CardSphere. You can see I'm here wearing the hat right now. Absolutely love this sponsor. They're fantastic, and by them sending me this hat, it means I don't have to do my hair for every video, and it gets me an excuse to not need to look like a presentable human being. I can just go ahead and throw on a hat instead of needing to like comb my hair and stuff before videos. So I do truly appreciate it. CardSphere, a fantastic sponsor. If you guys are looking to trade away some of your Guilds of Ravnica cards during pre-release weekend, or even just like pre-release week and then the weeks after, you guys can go ahead and do that on cardsphere.com. You guys can go ahead and do that without the 1% transaction fee on all Guilds of Ravnica cards and all pre-release promos. They'll waive the 1% transaction fee that they do on the website. So it's a fantastic time if you're looking to unload some Guilds of Ravnica cards, and if you're looking to pick up some Guilds of Ravnica cards. So without further ado, I'll stop talking about CardSphere despite them being amazing, and we'll go ahead and get into this Guilds of Ravnica sealed pool. The unfortunate thing about DraftSim is we don't get to decide what guild we want to be like we would do for a normal pre-release, unfortunately. We just kind of get stuck with 6 packs of Guilds of Ravnica, but we can still kind of, piece together some sort of a deck here. I guess the best assumption would be, like, say your sealed pack just, was the 15 cards from that were in your colors, but then you just didn't really open up anything from your other colors. Maybe that's kind of like the thought process that you can have in your head as you use DraftSim to take a look at things. But yeah, without further ado, we'll go ahead and just kind of get into the cards here. I'm not really seeing much that draws me into white. Most of these cards are just kind of basic filler cards. Conclave Tribunal is quite good though, so maybe that's something that we can think about. Potentially a little bit of a splash. It's only 1 white there, and because of Convoke, it could be something we could think about with maybe a Selesnya multicolored card. Maybe something like the 2/2 Vigilance for 2. That's 1 and then a hybrid green-white. That could be something that we could tap for a Conclave Tribunal if we play green instead. Here in blue, we have some like reasonable cards, but we don't have many creatures at all. We really only have 2 creatures that I'm excited about playing. I guess we could play Leapfrog. It's not the worst. So, like, maybe 3 creatures here that we could play. 3 Unexplained Disappearances, not the worst. I'm perfectly okay with that, but only having 3 creatures is kind of unfortunate. So if we're going to end up playing some blue, we're really going to be wanting to play it with another color that has some additional creatures in it. Here we have some reasonable cards here. Capture Sphere is a very good removal spell, and Devious Cover-Up, just like a 4-mana counter spell, just a quick little answer to anything, so that could be a fine card. Hired Poisoner is the kind of card that's generally okay and sealed. Strands is also fine and sealed. Cruel Swarm is something we could play. Painter's fine. Yeah, so all of our black, we don't have anything like too crazy in black. Strands and Visit are like fine removal spells, but again, there's nothing too crazy here, just kind of decent like filler cards. In red, we have Legion War Boss, which is a good one, but again, that's something that we could potentially splash here as well. We've got some of your basic goblins here that would come along with some good Boros stuff. The Wojak Bodyguards are fine, and some decent removal spells here with 2 copies of Command the Storm, which can deal 5 damage to target creature. So again, not too bad here. For green, we again just don't really have much. This sealed pool did not go very well for us. We have like Dissident, Okapi, Ceratok, and Indrik, which are like fine cards. Even Prey Upon's fine, but they're not cards that like draw me into a color. So I'm really hoping that our multicolored cards will have some good stuff in them that will give us a better direction of where we're going. Guildmage's Forum, not really something that we're caring too much about. We have some decent cards here. There's the card I was talking about earlier, the 1 green-white hybrid mana card, 2/2 Vigilance here, so that's something we could think about. Troll here is one of our rares. What else do we have? So we did actually get one of the best cards in the set. Status to Statue, I think, is without a doubt the best uncommon in the set. There are plenty of other just like good, reasonable cards at the uncommon slot, but the one that I'm finding to be the best so far is Status to Statue, which I think is just a fantastic card and kind of has me leaning towards Golgari since we didn't really have anything else leading us in any direction yet. So Status Statue, just a fantastic one. Again, nothing too crazy here. We got an Overgrown Tomb, and like Chance for Glory isn't fantastic. Artful Takedown's a fine card. We opened up guild gates across basically all 5 of the guilds. The only one we're missing is Selesnya. So yeah, this is kind of just like an awkward little selection of cards here. So I guess what we're gonna go for first is we'll take a look at a Golgari build, and we'll see what we can do with Golgari. So this will get in, this will get in, this one, Prey Upon's fine. I guess we're probably not gonna want the route. Pax Favor, I guess, is fine. This is the one, enters with a +1/+1 counter on it for each gate you control. So that's kind of a payoff for us going multicolored if we wanted to. If we wanted to go, like, we have enough lands here to where, like, we have double Golgari Guild Gate, double Dimir Guild Gate, so I don't hate going maybe a little bit of Sultai. So if we go back up to the blue cards, we had a lot of, like I said earlier, we had a lot of like decent blue cards for these unexplained disappearances, but we just didn't really have the creatures to go with it. The Capture Sphere is also fine, so maybe this is our splash color here in blue. I don't mind playing the Adept. I don't mind playing these disappearances. Capture Sphere is quite good as well. Muse Drake's also fine. I guess I'm gonna leave the Leapfrog out for now, but if we end up deciding that we need it, then that's something we could get back to. Selective Snare is also just kind of like a 2-mana sorcery speed return a creature, which isn't the worst. Has the ability to get some upside on it as well, especially if you're against like the Selesnya decks with tokens. So I don't mind grabbing Selective Snare here for the deck as well. Aside from that, white again really only had Conclave Tribunal. This sealed pool was just very, very unfortunate. So in terms of black, we had Barrier, Poisoner, Centipede was fine. I'm gonna leave this one out for now. This card's fine. This has evasion, and then these two are removal spells. So we'll go ahead and grab them. It's also possible, so we do have the ability, if we wanted to go, hold on, let me think for a second. I'm trying to figure out if we can just play 5-color good stuff or not. Like, we have a reasonable deck here with this Sultai build. If we throw in, like, which one is this again? You draw a card, discards a card, whenever you surveil, you return it. Yeah, so we definitely want this in there. Corrigan gets in, Whisper Agent gets in. The Charnel Troll, this card's fine, but not great. Notion Rain, I guess, is fine here too. The problem with Golgari Finebroker, this card is just like, this card is great, but very very apologetic when it comes to the mana cost. If we end up with one of our blue sources instead of double black, double green, then this card could be just kind of awkward and punish us pretty hard. I think we're gonna end up playing the Gateway Plaza here, just because it can help us tap for any of our 3 colors. Yeah, I like Artful Takedown. Creatures you control gain Death Touch, then target creature you control fights target creature you don't control, so it's a nice little removal spell. Yeah, I don't hate that card either. I guess I'm gonna put in, like, we have these 2 here as well. I guess the Troll's not too bad. Maybe we don't even need blue. Maybe we're closer to just playing Golgari than I thought we were. We throw him in there. So what cards does that remove? Removes. If we're just playing Golgari, it removes. We can play Whisper Agent still. Removes the Okapi. Or no, it doesn't remove the Okapi. It removes all the blue cards. So it removes Muse Drake, the disappearances, Snare, Sphere, Notion Rain, Takedown. So this has us at what, 23? So yeah, I guess this is closer to something we'd actually want. Has a lot of creatures in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 creatures. So that's not too bad, especially because the Golgari mechanic is Undergrowth, which cares about the number of creatures in our graveyard, so we're perfectly fine having some of those in the graveyard. Status to statue is just fantastic. I don't think I'm very big on the Pax favor. So what guild gate were we missing? We were missing Selesnya, right? Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we were missing Selesnya. Because I think if we had a Selesnya guild gate, I guess we have the Locket. If we had Selesnya guild gate, I would very, very quickly throw Conclave Tribunal in here as well. But what do we have in terms of removal? We might just already have enough removal spells. We have Indrix, a removal spell, Status to Statue, Severed Strands, Prey Upon, Undercity Uprising, and Deadly Visit are all removal spells. Honestly, I think this might be fine. We're kind of heavy on the 4-drop slot with Bats, Double Lurcher, Ceratok, Painter, Fine Broker. So we're a bit heavy on the 4-drop slot. Let me see if we can possibly do anything about that. I don't think we can. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it. Wild Shade again is 3-drop. I guess I'm more likely to play Wild Shade now that we're just like Golgari instead of 3-color. But what 3-drop would it replace? Probably just like the Okapi, maybe. Yeah, so it's either like Okapi or Shade here. I guess I kind of like Shade more. Okapi trades down more often than Shade will. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Shade here. And then it's a matter of, do we want Pax Favor as a little bit of a combat trick, or do we want to splash white for Conclave Tribunal? Is it worth the mana issues? Actually, I don't even think we'd have that many mana issues. Conclave Tribunal, we'd play 2 white sources, we'd play 2 basic planes, and we would play the Selesnya Locket most likely. That could get a Citrus route. Is there any other things that we would splash? Creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. That could be reasonable to help with our white splash. Maybe not. Maybe that's not as necessary as I think it is. Yeah, I don't think it's that necessary. And then we have just like all of these, which probably just get in the deck. Yeah, since most of our stuff is later jobs. Yeah, I think we're fine playing these 3, the Overgrown Tomb and both Guild Gates. And then I think, yeah, I think we're just gonna add some basics and we'll call this a deck. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have 26 left. I think it would be something along the lines of 8 black sources, so take us to 34, and 6 green sources. So this would be 1, 2, 3 plus 8, so that's 11 black sources, and 1, 2, 3 plus 6 would be 9 green sources. That seems fine to me. Yeah, this deck seems reasonable, has a lot of creatures, which is quite good for sealed. And they're all pretty reasonable creatures as well. We don't have anything too crazy, like Channel Troll's fine as our only rare in the deck, but we don't really have any bombs to just win us the game, outside of like Status to Statue just being insane. I wish we had ways to recur that card, but we really don't here, unfortunately. Yeah, so I think I'd put together this deck. I think we would be playing a little bit of Golgari here. We're a little bit high on the mana curve, but we do have some great removal spells, and sealed is generally slower, so we can get away with being a little bit higher on the mana curve for some of these cards. So I think I would go ahead and play myself some Golgari here with this list. Again, I'll go ahead and scroll through the top here. We'll go down some of these cards. Let me know if you guys would have splashed for Conclave Tribunal. I think if we would have had the Selesnya Guildgate, like I said, I think I would have just like snap splashed Conclave Tribunal, but missing out on the Guildgate made it a little bit more difficult for me to like splashing the Tribunal, but Tribunal might just be good enough already as it is that we should have splashed for it. Originally we tried Sultai. Sultai didn't really work for us, so you guys can let me know if you would have gone Sultai. Let me know if something like Legion Warboss is just too good that you guys wanted to play some red cards. Would you guys have wanted to make 5-color good stuff work? I kind of want to like try 5-color good stuff now just to like see if it would have worked in this pool, because we do have a lot of just like great cards. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we had 4. We're playing 3 non-basics, so we would have 7 non-basics, plus 2 Lockets, plus Gateway Plaza, plus Guildmage's Forum, plus double Urban Utopia, and the route to be able to play 5-color good stuff. I mean, it might not be good, but we could make it work. We could definitely make it work, and it would be super, super sweet to do so. But I think for the sake of this video, we're going to go ahead and just call it quits on this one. We're going to go ahead and play ourselves some Golgari. Maybe if it's later on in the format, and, you know, the format gets a little bit, like, you feel like you've done pretty much everything in the format, then, you know, forcing 5-color good stuff is always a fun option to do. And I think maybe if I'm just, like, not trying to win the pre-release, if I'm just trying to, like, mess around, then we give a good shot to some 5-color good stuff here. But yeah, I think I'm going to call this one a video. Again, let me know your thoughts on the sealed deck build. How did it end up going for you guys? Would you have also put together Golgari? Let me know your thoughts down low in the comments section, and I'll see you guys here for next video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys here next time for another Magic the Gathering video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, where I do my first ever sealed build for Guilds of Ravnica. I'm doing a little bit of pre-release preparation here. Of course, at the end of all of my videos, I love to give a huge shout out to my patrons over on the Patreon page. So huge shout out and thank you to Daniel, Jeremy, Jason, Badwolf MTG, and Jayathy Swaran. They're helping support me over on the Patreon page. I greatly, greatly appreciate the support that they give me. Of course, if you're interested in checking out the Patreon page as well, the link will be down below in the description. You never need to feel obligated to help out on the Patreon page, but if you're interested, it is there for you guys to check out. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys here next time.